Hey, what's up? Welcome back. It's me, Elay, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Reppin' Saginaw, Michigan, not Saginaw, Texas. Reppin' Saginaw, Michigan, not Saginaw, Texas. And this is part 2 of Single Black Mom. Welcome. If this is your first time being here on my new platform, this is LA TV2, ELAY TV2. I have an original an original LA TV channel and another one that's novelty based with like collectible toys. They're really cool too. Give it a whirl if you have any kids, or if you want to just watch something straight up completely lighthearted after watching a lot of serious drama and stuff on YouTube and TV. Hit up that channel right there, Team Funko. We got the funk. It's really awesome, and it's original content by myself. This is Single Black Moms Part 2. Let me look at my notes real quick. I want to call it right. Yeah, Single Black Mom Part 2. And I'm getting ready to pick up where I left off at with the first part. And that is, if you grew up seeing all the women that you love be involved in bad relationships, unhealthy relationships, toxic relationships with the man being the main opponent, making the situation of life that much more worse because he's in it. How did that affect your thinking and your point of view as you got older, or from the moment you saw that happening? You know, on the day of conception of the thought of you feeling like, man, maybe I'm better off on my own. Maybe I'm better off not wanting a man because I just grew up seeing all the men mess over, you know, my aunts and my mom and my sisters. So what's the point? It seemed like they do more harm than good. So tell me how you felt when you thought of that. Now I'm going to come out of personal experience now, picking up from the last video where I explained where between the time span of probably 3 years, me being in pre-K, kindergarten to first grade, those were 3 years when I had 3 years to accumulate a decision that fast to see that men being married to a man don't seem like it's really gonna pay off. Cause why would someone treat my mother's sisters, my aunts, who are so kind? Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. They have such beautiful souls, and they just give and give and give and give. How could a man be so mean to them? And I just didn't get it. They're naturally beautiful to me inside and out, and for the life of me, I couldn't get it. And then I feel the same way about my other aunts on my dad's side as well. They're beautiful souls, and it's like, why would a man be so mean to them? And then my cousin, my older cousin, the same thing. 2 beautiful children. Oh my gosh, they grew up, we're pretty much the same age. The children are amazing. She did such a wonderful job raising those kids without a man's presence. And I still shook my head because I'm like, this girl is so on fire. She's so cool and hip, and she's got it going on. Why would somebody diss her? Why would a man, you know, be like that to her? She's so pretty. She's so sweet. She's so kind. Our whole family, I can vouch for this. We do come from a lineage of really a bloodline of really nice women. I can say that coming from what I've observed. My aunts, man, they're all sweet, they're creative, open-minded, or if they're strong in their opinion, they don't beat you over the head and try to force you to convert, to say like, oh, you're right. Or if you're like, just say, oh, I'm gay. They're not gonna be like, oh, you're stupid, you're not following the way of Christ, how dare you, you can't come to my house anymore, I gotta watch you now. You know, they're not like that. Even if they, you know, may have something against something, they're not gonna treat you like trash. So the women in our family are naturally nice and giving and creative, so why would we always get pitted pitted with beast men, you know? So having said all that, I grew up, I grew up, I wouldn't say that. From those 3 years, preschool, kindergarten, first grade, my family moved to what was considered the suburbs. And I say that loosely because it didn't seem like the suburbs to me. But we moved to what was considered the suburbs in late 91, early 92. And that's when I remember my dad's presence being with us forever. It wasn't none of that. See Dad next year or feeling or next month or every once in a while. He was there to stay. Oh my gosh. So I'm assuming my mom and dad maybe worked something out so they just stayed together. You know what I mean? But he never left. He was a permanent fixture in our lives. And to me, honestly, if he was trying his best, that was his best. All, if that's all he could do. But it seemed like life got worse when he came around and stayed permanently. It really did. We couldn't do anything. It turned into a prison. He was very controlling. And I don't know why. I'm assuming maybe now that I'm older, he apparently had a past that he was scared of. Well, you should have thought of that before you had us. You should have thought of that before you chose to be with my mom. You should have thought of all that instead of being selfish, putting us in a situation where now our family can't do anything because you say so. So that really killed a lot of ambition and dreams and wondering and thoughts and me wondering like, well, what's the point? It seemed like all the single mothers I know, from what I've seen from my family, they're better off without a man's presence. And that was sad. I felt hurt. I felt defeated because I didn't know who to talk to about that. My mom was married. She's still married, but it was hard talking to her about these things. I talked to her before, but it don't seem like I was getting any leeway. I wasn't feeling any. I didn't feel like when I was burying this stuff with her, I didn't feel any better. You know how they say you're supposed to talk to someone you trust, so you can just unload. Sometimes you just need to talk to somebody and you feel better. But when I talked to her about those things, I didn't feel better. I actually felt worse. So I had to really remind myself to stop talking to my mom, even though I really wanted to, because I never felt any better when I talked to her about heavy things. I felt worse. But it was hard. It took a while to break that process, because a mother wants to talk to her. A daughter wants to talk to your mom. So you kind of forget. Well, I did. So I'm looking at my mom's marriage, and she don't seem happy. She seemed worse. She's not the same anymore. She's not the same happy mom anymore now that she's with my dad. She's not. Totally different personality. And it's like, man, I had to really separate myself and not lose myself in that house. Thankfully, there were Disney movies like Aladdin and Little Mermaid that really helped me stay true to the course. People bash Disney movies all day, but we couldn't watch much in the house. So thankfully, we were able to watch those movies, because I would watch them over and over, because those were my love stories. Those movies gave me hope that, despite of what I'm seeing in these piss poor relationships and all the women getting played, there could be an Aladdin out there for me. There could be a Prince Eric out there for me. Aladdin is from the Aladdin movie where Aladdin marries Princess Jasmine, and Eric is from Little Mermaid where he marries Ariel. So I used to watch those movies over and over. Not only did they make me happy, they took me away from a very controlled environment where everything was dictated, and it gave me hope too. And that was my secret. That was my secret. That was one thing I couldn't share with my parents because I knew they were going to find a way to destroy that too. So I'm thankful for Disney because despite all the sadness and the hurt and like not seeing a future for myself already at such a young age that maybe marriage isn't the way, those movies kept my hope alive, kept my flame alive that, you know, this won't happen to me. There is someone out there for me. But as I grew older and life got more intense, unfortunately, my older sister began to get into relationships and I would hear her cry. I would see her cry. I would see her down and she would complain to my mom about how angry she was or how guys that she was talking to would just diss her for, of course, the fast girl who was putting out, who was light-skinned, long hair, talk that talk, about this, about that, who quote-unquote acted black, because my sister, she didn't act black. None of us really act black, okay? There's so many white people around here who act more black than me. It's sad. You know, it's like I'm a white girl trapped in a black body nowadays. That's how it is. So it's like, man, my sister getting played now. She is so nice. You know, she had a mean streak too, but who wouldn't? Shoot, I'd be mad too if I was her. People just dissing you all day. I get sick of it. I'll turn a little angry too, but underneath all that crap and underneath her anger, because it was rightfully so and entitled per se, I mean, she was just angry because a lot of stuff was going on with her that was unfair. That's what I could say. Sometimes life can be unfair. Well, life was unfair for her in the ways that just didn't make sense, okay? So, not only to be betrayed by quote-unquote friends and guys she was talking to or was about to, you know, get into a more serious type of friendship that could lead to a dating thing, from what I was hearing, seeing, and observing, guys dissed her too, and it hurt. I hated that. So that didn't help neither. So I'm living through my life witnessing more females in my family go through this timeline of life where men are just dogging out the women. And I had my share too growing up. I liked a guy when I got there, I was in second grade. I liked a guy, I thought he was awesome. But of course he didn't like me. Fine, that's cool. I was different, of course. I mean, really different. So I kind of knew my odds were against me. But what I couldn't understand was, even though he may not have been into me like that because I was a flat out geek and I wasn't the stereotypical black girl and I didn't act like them, what I didn't understand was, well, if you don't want to be my girlfriend, at least want to be my friend. You know, friend, I'm just as cool with the friendship, but as I grew older, it was like I don't think I could understand why, if you weren't interested in me in a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, how could you be so cruel to me and I'm just a naturally nice person? Why would you treat me as if I'm embarrassing you? I answered my question, but you know, I'm quite sure I was embarrassing to them. But you didn't have to treat me like that, though. You know, that's not how you treat people who are genuinely nice, is what I'm saying. So growing up in my fair share of wanting to date, or at least trying to be friends with guys, because that was hard. My dad didn't let me have boyfriends, so it just was so hard. It was just so hard to even want to talk to guys, because I was just scared if my dad found out if I was just friends with guys, he'd kill me, per se. And he was mean. Trying to stay centered in this and not get all over the place. I was talking about, as I grew up, I saw my older sister get in relationships and how guys dogged her. That didn't help build my case. That didn't help build my case that there was hope out there. It strengthened my case that if I ever had children, I would just stay a single mom forever and just casually date guys off and on, but not have them be with me because I didn't see any use. They just caused pain. And when I started trying to date and I was interested in guys, I didn't get any good play. Neither. It was pretty much they treated me like like Steve Urkel. Yeah, like Steve Urkel. You know what I mean? Like that. So that put a question mark in my head too, because I'm like, I'm really nice. Why wouldn't somebody want to date me? I thought guys wanted nice girls. You know. But apparently not at that time. So I was too nice and probably embarrassing because I was a geek and very quiet. But nice. So that didn't help me neither in my quest to see myself married at that time. You know what I mean? The case for being a single mom is out there and it's strong, and I see it. I actually walked through it enough to see why some women choose to just do bad all by themselves, you know, because they're better off. Women, how do you feel out there? Have you walked through the same path I walked through, more or less, when it came to that, you know? Thinking that looking at everybody else, you're better off not even going down that road. Oh, let's see here. Single black mom, coming from my perspective and observations and why I see why women choose to just do it alone, and why my thoughts were starting to get really focused on that. My viewpoint was starting to get really molded into that unfortunate thought too. Oh, wow, it's sad. But thankfully, you know, I had Aladdin movie and I had the, heck, what was the other movie, guys? Aladdin and Little Mermaid. But as I got older, let's just say high school, I wasn't seeing anybody, but I like guys too. But it was the same story. I'm too quiet. I'm such a geek. I'm not like the other girls that most of the popular guys are chasing after. So they like me, but at a distance. But if I get too close to them, I would like deflate their coolness bubble, and they would lose points just for hanging around me too long because I was weird. You know what I mean? So I knew where that was headed. I embarrassed people. I just wasn't with the guys. As far as the cool factor and actually claiming like, hey, that's my girlfriend. So I started feeling really hopeless a lot towards my senior year. I started to look a lot better and all that stuff too, but at the same time in my head it's like it's a little too late. I don't want you guys anymore because you were afraid to approach me then. Now you want to talk to me now that you say I'm looking good. It's a little too late. And I was losing hope, wondering like, man, am I gonna ever find like true love, like real love, like actually getting my first real relationship where stuff makes sense? And heartbreak, what is this? Looks like I'm gonna be by myself, but I still held on to hope though. You know, like, man, this can't be it. I won't accept it. No, I will not accept this. I will not accept that. If I have kids, I'm just going to be a single mom for the rest of my life because there's nobody out here who wants me. I held on to that, and I bumped my head so many times, especially once I got into college, trying to find love. Not love like because I needed it from my father, but like romance. The stuff that, like Romeo and Juliet, like, forget the part that they died tragically, but the real true love. Like from Aladdin, Princess Jasmine, Little Mermaid, and Prince Eric. You know, the real deal. The people who get married and love each other and have a family and want to stay together. Like that, I still held on to those principles because I really felt and believed that there was a way. It was like, even though life was just shoving crap in my face, saying like, no, this is how life is going to be. This is how your life is going to be. There's no such thing as a happy marriage. There's no such thing as a happy family. You're better off being single. Men are dogs. Men are this. You're just better off getting child support from them. Even though that was constantly getting pushed inside of me. in my head and just beat over the head with it just constantly. Life was just beating me over the head with like this. It felt like life was beating me over the head with a stone tablet that said, life is like this. There ain't no man out there for you. Don't nobody want you. You're weak. You're quiet. You don't get out of the house. You can't think for yourself. You better off on your own because men are dogs. They only want the horse, you know? So life was really beating me in the head with that, but I still held on to my faith and my belief that it had to be something more out there. It was hard though. It was so hard because it was like swimming through dirty water. You know you're gonna find your way up to the top, but it's like you don't know which direction to turn. I didn't know which direction to turn to find guidance because nobody in my family had their stuff together when it came to family. So I was forced to look outside my family to find some type of example. Thank goodness for TV shows because I needed some type of guidelines to go by to give me hope, to feed my soul, to feed my spirit, to say like it's possible. TV is make believe, but you can best believe that the people, the creators who make these storylines and scripts are pouring these ideas out from their minds, from realities that they have had and may have experienced. They're pouring these things out into things called scripts that actors and actresses play out on TV. So there's gotta be some truth in there. I cannot just be coming from a home of unbrokenness, vile sickness. I have got to believe that there is hope for me to have a family, to have a husband, despite of what I'm seeing. So I don't care what you people say. You gotta be thankful for TV. It's a lot of crap TV out there, but if you don't have anybody to talk to, because I didn't have anybody to talk to. I couldn't talk to my parents. I didn't want to talk to my sisters. I couldn't talk to my aunts, even though I love them, because at that time I wanted to keep my mouth shut because my parents were making it seem like we had all of our crap together. And we didn't. And out of respect for my parents, I didn't want to put their business on Front Street. And even when I did a little bit, I was getting the feedback that I was just being silly. I was just overreacting. I don't know what I'm talking about. And it can't be like that in your house, because the outside looking in shows me that you guys are the picture perfect Cosby family. F you, you're wrong. I could have killed myself because I didn't have anybody to talk to. I'm so serious about this because it's true. People go out to voice their opinion and they say, oh, you're just joking, from the outside looking in, you guys look perfect. Well, I'm telling you it's not like that. So if you're going to just brush me off, don't be surprised when you see me in the newspaper talking about, oh, she died because she killed herself. Yeah, let's not take what people say so lightly. So I had to really hold on for years. I ended up getting in an abusive relationship. But thank you God that through the years of being in an abusive relationship, I still had hope. I still had hope that I'm gonna start crying. Don't cry, girl. I still had hope that through it all that there was gonna be somebody for me. But I didn't know how in the world that was gonna happen. It got so bad that even though I had hope that there was someone for me, once I escaped that abusive relationship, my hope was that in the next life that there will be someone for me. Maybe in this life and this time I'm not gonna have anybody. But I know that I would have somebody in the next life. That's how detached I had become. In this life, once I escaped that unhealthy relationship and lost everything, I made my peace that I would just be single forever. Single forever meaning I wouldn't get married in this lifetime. I would just raise my son and wouldn't have any more kids. because there wasn't any good guys out here to have kids by. You know, I wanted to be pregnant, but I didn't want to be getting pregnant by a stupid N-word, you know? It wouldn't be worth the hassle. I just got out of a lifelong relationship. That's what it felt like, abusive relationship. So why would I get back involved in another one with another stupid N-word? So I chose not to have any more kids. Though, you know, because I just felt time was up. My son had got so old. What was the point in trying to have a kid anyways? So he won't be lonely. So much time had went by. So I just was like, well, I'll just raise my son. I'll stay single forever. When I get in relationships, now at this point, I'm just going to being able to have a good time. Use them as a way of escapism. It's going to be a trade. You know what I mean? It's not going to be any seriousness about it. And that's just how I went. Knowing that when I died in this life, I knew the next life I would have that perfect someone. So in a way, I didn't give up on true love. You know what I mean? But it was like, oh my gosh, I didn't give up on true love all the way. But you can see the distance that life did as it tried to really wear me down. So I know if I got wore down like that, I know a lot of you ladies have and are worn down and hopeless. I'm just saying, you're not the only one. I am 34 or 35 years old. But I'm saying in that age and that time span, it could take a while, but keep fighting. You are not crazy. There is a thing as true love. There is someone out there who loves you for you, and it's true. I've been married for about 3.5 years now, okay? So that's what I'm saying. It may take you a little longer, but don't give up. Because I wasn't expecting to find anybody in this lifetime. But I best believe I knew the next lifetime I was gonna. That's how bad life wore me down. Oh my gosh, I hope I'm explaining it to you guys. I made my peace, knowing that it is possible to have a happy family of your own, have children, be a stay-at-home mom, be a loving wife, have a wonderful husband to love and shower with affection. I knew that it still existed, but for me, I felt like I ran out of time. Out of time meaning not my biological time clock for reproducing children, but time in general. I felt like I just ran out of time. And it was weird. I felt like I just ran out of time. Maybe I ran out of time in a way where my self-conscious was like, yo, just stop searching. Not to give up, but don't try so hard. Like those love psychologists say, when you're not looking, that's when it comes. Stop trying so hard. All you have to do is believe. A lot of times when it comes to love and relationships, you don't have to try so hard to do it, to make it happen, to make it work. It's just supposed to come with ease, and it'll come to you. So when I stopped and I started getting back on my feet again, got into another new apartment with just my son and I, lo and behold, that's when I met my husband. Wasn't even looking, man. I wasn't. I was not even looking. I had made my peace that I'll just be single forever. One kid, by myself, you know. But I found him. We found each other. It's like, oh my gosh. So ladies, haven't taken you down that long dark road in some detail about being a single black mom. I get it. I get why you choose it, because it's like, what's the point? You're better off by yourself. I felt the same way, and I was believing it too. And you know, in some way I still believe it, thanks to life forcing its values onto me without me wanting it. It was like life was just stuffing me down this mold of thought that I did not want to accept. And it hurt. Life will try to stuff you down into a mold that's not yours. That's why life hurts so bad. Especially when and if you have different views for how you see yourself in your own life. So when life takes control over you and chooses for you, meaning life itself and people thinking that they know better for you and think they know what's best for you and forcing you to do things, that's them stuffing you into a mold that you weren't even born to be fitting in anyways. That's why we have all these stupid scars. That's why we have all these emotional scars. But just remember, most of the time, not everything is completely your fault. Some blame gets shifted in certain directions, so don't carry all that weight and move on. I'm just thankful for those Disney movies that gave me my secret privacy of hope. Because if I didn't have Aladdin movie, if I didn't have Little Mermaid movie, and thank God for Twilight. If I didn't have the Twilight movies, they were so romantic, just showing how love can be, how love starts, and how innocent and pure it can be, from courtship to liking each other, to holding hands, to wanting to do this, to wanting to do that, to wanting to have a family. I would have been lost. I remember Twilight came out when I was in the midst of an abusive relationship. Twilight just gave me, it relit my hope in a way. It relit my fight. You know, it really relit my fight to live, to want to live too, you know. I see this being another type of video where I just explain more about the pathways of women being single black moms. There's so many paths that leads a woman to wanting to just be a single black mom. There's so many paths that lead to the one road of what seems to be hopelessness. These are a couple roads or paths that I went through that made me feel and believe and think that just being a single black mom is better. This is me, Elay, pronounced like LA like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Repping Saginaw, Michigan, not Saginaw, Texas. I'm repping Saginaw, Michigan, not Saginaw, Texas. You're listening to LA TV 2, Single Black Mom Part 2. And you can best believe I'll be touching on this subject, but in another way. But it's all going to pertain to the same things. Our struggles. You know, our struggles. And the rationalization of us coming to the conclusion of just being single. And maybe why you guys just decide to just collect a check from a man and not have him in your world because of fear, or you're just tired. We'll have to talk about that a whole nother time. I love you all. Ladies, just hang in there, man. I'm talking to my black community right now. No offense. I'm just saying I'm black. And I'm talking from experience. You guys, just hang in there in the fight, man. If you really want to be a wife, man, if you really want to be a mom, hang on. Turn inwardly and focus on you and your babies. Forget trying to force a relationship into your life. Just let it flow, okay? Because it'll happen. Just keep turning inward and focusing on what's before you. What's before you is yourself, your mind, your thoughts, your ambitions, your wants, your hopes, your dreams, and your children. Focus on what's physically in front of you. If a man is not in front of you, any way, shape, or form, ladies, forget about him at that time. If there's a man in front of you and you're just holding on and you know it's not good, let it dissolve peacefully and keep going. I love you, ladies. Please, let's look at life in a different point of view. We all lose hope. But let's just look at the reasons why you're choosing to be a single black mom. Stay open to the notion that if you want to be a wife or a mom someday, that that's a possibility. That still is an option for you, okay? The brothers out here starting to feel the same way, so, you know, you just got to get it, man. Everybody's starting to feel the same way. Hold on and believe that if that's what you want far as the family, it can be done. I keep saying the same thing over and over, but you guys, I love you, man. Just take into reconsideration the notion that you still can be that girl, meaning a mom, a wife, have the family, okay? Life's job is to stuff us down into a mold that's not suitable for us, okay? You're gonna have to break it. You're gonna have to break it, and it might hurt. But it's for a good cause, okay? It's for a good cause. It's a cause so the rest of your life cannot be miserable. How about that? The prize for breaking the mold over your mind and over your thought processes and your days and days out is knowing that now you're on the road to the rest of your life being set free. Okay? That's your money right there. I'm out. I love you. Hit me up. Share this video. Open your minds. It's okay to open your minds in the privacy of your own home. You owe that to you, because if you're not around, the people in your world are going to suffer. Okay? Take care of your mental, man. Take care of your mental, because your babies need you, man. They need you. They need a healthy mind with healthy thoughts, with a happy heart. That's, you know, men find that sexy. Okay, you got to have a healthy mind, a healthy heart. Men love women with a happy heart. That's the best makeup money can buy, per se. Alright, ladies. I'm going to keep coming with these videos, but I'm not going to kill myself making videos neither, because I'm a wife and I have a child. I have children, and so I'm not going to kill myself slaving away over YouTube neither, but I got to get the word out there too. I'm out. But not before saying thank you once again for taking your time to listen to me for a little over a half hour. Please know you did not waste your time when listening to this, because this is positive, you know, like positive radio, positive speaking, speaking life, speaking healing, XYZ. You didn't waste your time listening to me. And I know that despite my following amount, whoever is drawn to my platforms are right where they're supposed to be. It's nice to know that I'm helping someone and I'm healing someone. Every single person is important, and it's not a numbers thing with me. It's a person's thing with me. If I can reach one person, oh my gosh, I don't feel like I'm wasting my life. You know what I'm saying? Outside of being a wife and stuff, some of the things I'm doing outside in my free time is reaching back out to help people with my voice. Doing what I can with my means, with what I have. And then when I get more, I'll give more. It's just how it is. This is where I'm at right now. This is the level of giving I'm able to give. I reach out to people online and social media and give positive comments. Positive comments, y'all. Positive comments go a long way. So my energy is not being wasted. It's being dispersed in all the great avenues of the social media world. Thank you, people, for listening to me. Please like and share. Even share this in your church, man. There's nothing wrong with sharing YouTube videos in church. You guys go in there and talk about everything else in church. Why not talk about these YouTube videos too? They're good icebreakers. Don't be ashamed to listen and watch YouTube videos, even if they're considered secular. Just because I'm not going around putting Jesus in my subtitles and hashtag doesn't mean that what I'm saying or have to deliver is unholy or non-Christian. Get out of that habit of thought, because you're missing out on life in other people's walks of life and their stories that could possibly help you. Don't turn everything in church into a spiritual, holy thing, because you're missing out on everything for that simple fact. So I encourage you to please share these videos of mine that touch your heart to your youth department, And even the other department where nowadays it's, what is it, kids, I don't know what you guys call it, like Jesus little holies where the babies go. Then you have the teens, you know, youth night, and then the single section guys have in church, you know, like where the single people mingle, you know, things like that. Share them then. There's nothing unholy about sharing my videos and anything else that's positive. We all need healing, and it comes in different ways and forms. As long as it's healthy, it should be shared. Alright, gracias. It's me, LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Represent Saginaw, Michigan, not Saginaw, Texas. Saginaw, Michigan, not Saginaw, Texas. This video ran long. I'm ready to go get me a Coca-Cola. I'm waiting for my husband to come back. I'm gonna get me some popcorn. I'm gonna go upstairs and watch some Netflix. I've been watching this really crazy anime cartoon. My sister, I know I'm off topic, but this really crazy anime cartoon my little sister told me about. I think it's called Arigato. A-G-G Arugato or something. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Even my son started to watch it. It's, y'all get into Netflix. Try not to watch the same thing. Watch something off the wall so you can just shake up your brain a little bit. You'd be surprised. Just how watching something different refreshes your intellect and point of view. It's Happy Friday. Happy Friday. It is May 17, 2019. May 17, 2019. This video will be up and running in a few days or next week or something, but I did it 5/17/2019. Alright, see you guys.